Hi, welcome to day 4 of Resolve Your Conflict with Your Adult Child. So we went through communicating and we went through negotiating and we went through creating the dialogue. So you had a set plan. So now we're all set up and it is time to invite our adult child to have the conversation with us. So to me, this is like a prequel, right, to the conversation, to the event, to this resolution. And we're doing this because it's so important and we want a harmonious relationship. And we're taking a step towards that, right, with our thoughtfulness and with our intention of being in harmony and of not being in conflict and to compromise so that we can come together in the most available way possible, right? So with this invitation, if you're able to do it, like face to face or on the phone, just be like, hey, can we talk about this? Like, try to make it as casual as possible, but also be really direct. Like, I really want to resolve this thing between us, and it might not be a big thing, but it's important to me that we nip this in the bud, or however your conversation style is with your child, just being direct and letting go of any other topics. Like, I want to talk about this. Okay. So if you can face to face, awesome. That's ideal. If you can call them so they hear your voice and they connect with you that way, that would be the second best option. Just give them a call and like, can we talk about this? If not now, maybe later tonight or tomorrow. You don't want to wait too much time, but whatever that time is, it is. So it's like, I would like us to talk about this as soon as possible. So having the tone of love and respect. So doing exercises to get yourself into that mindset of what you want to communicate. Because if we're frazzled or if we're anxious or we're like, oh, this isn't going to work, right? Then we're like setting the tone for this. We're setting the stage for this. So let's set the stage in a way that will work for both of us, right? To the highest degree possible, right? So we're all in different places. Our children are all in different places. So meeting them, like getting to that place of meeting them in a non-threatening place of equality, of two souls really coming together, because that's what we are. We're two souls coming together, and we chose each other to be our family, right? There's a Rumi quote: out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. And for us to get to that field, right, beyond right doing and wrongdoing, when I first shared that Rumi quote with my daughter, I couldn't even get all the words out, because it was so important to me that we had this space together, that we could come together and talk through all of our conflicts and be on the same page as much as possible, because my relationship with her is everything, right? She's my only child, lucky her. And having, that space to be together, and for us as parents to create that for our adult child. So we're giving them a sense of safety and supporting them as they navigate through this crazy world as adults, right? And this prequel, this setting the stage, what I like to do is just place my hands over my heart and take a few deep breaths and just envisioning my child and just breathing into the space of knowing her and loving her, and breathing into that space of being connected with her. So I'm saying her, and I apologize if this is for your son. Breathe into the space of connecting to him. Breathe into the space where like you can feel their energy. You might even smile a bit. Just breathing into their energy and just loving them, just kind of showering them with love. And when you feel ready to make that call, or if it has to be a text, this practice of getting yourself into that energetic space is opening that door a little bit wider. And they pick up on energy. We can pick up on energy, and they know you, so picking up on your intention for a loving and respectful conversation between two adults, and having that space, creating that space for them, makes the invitation even easier. So even if it has to be a text, and sometimes it is, depending on where you are in your relationship, the whole reaching out is key, is vital. And it's setting the stage for having the conversation. So reach out to them, let them know that you want to have this talk to resolve this issue. And again, make it as easy as possible, because you may be nervous. And we're going to address that tomorrow. We're going to talk about amping ourselves up and using this energy, right, to move towards what we want, right? And another thing, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow too, but if you're going to get on a call or talk to them, if you have like a lot of anxiety or pent up energy, shake it out. Just shake it out, let it all go until like you're like almost like fatigued. If you want to put on like your favorite song and play with that, like just dance around and just shake, just get all of this energy out, this kinetic energy out of your body, so that you are like physically more fatigued and therefore more relaxed, right? Because our physical body and our mental body are so closely related, right? You think of the body and you think of the mind, right? And the mind is really an activity. And if it's like jumping around with nervous energy or anxiety or negativity, right, then it's better to wait. It's better to wait and calm down and get yourself into that space where you can have that conversation, right? Keep it as simple as possible, because the intention here is to build the foundation where it gets easier and easier to have these conversations with your children. And bonus, it's easier for them to come to you when they have an issue with you. It's big, it's huge, and it's important. So we want to honor each other, and getting yourself into that space of love and respect, and be authentic. Like we're not blindsiding anybody, right? We really are reaching out to connect. And I just got a vision of an olive branch, right? To be at peace with each other, even if we disagree or see things so differently, to be at peace. So that is the focus for today. And what I am going to assign is to practice being at peace with them. And I like holding my hands over my heart, because it like signals me to get out of my head and get into my heart, because we love our children and we want to be in harmony with them. And that is the intention. So go to that intention and breathe into that intention. And if the mind starts going, what about this? What about that? Take a deep breath and go back into the heart and how much you love them and want what's best for them. And you want to be there with them, right? So it's a bit of a shift. You're not there for them, but you're there with them, right? You're in more of a companionship. You have their back and they can trust you, right? So just breathing into that, letting that be your practice. And if anything comes up, right, to notice that. So we're not trying to push anything away, right? So if your own stuff comes up, or your own issues with them or anger with them comes up, breathe into that and just notice, breathe into the feeling of it. So sometimes, right, when we feel angry about something, I'm going to go with anger. So when we feel angry about some fight that we had that still keeps coming up, right, and we think about it, it like triggers us. So like I said, like our mental, emotional body and our physical body are very closely related. So it can manifest in another, like in a specific part of the body. So you might feel it in your stomach, like you're like, oh my God, I feel sick to my stomach over this, right? Or you can feel it in your heart, or you can feel it in your throat, because maybe you don't feel safe expressing yourself authentically, because it's going to start a confrontation. So noticing where it's showing up in your body, and if you just take one finger and put it there. I get it in my throat a lot. Sometimes I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I feel like the less said the better, which is sometimes true, but it's also important for us to honor our voice and have that connection, that communication with people that we care about, and the people that we raised and brought into this world. So placing your finger onto the part of the body where you feel it, right? And it could be like a tightness, it could be tingling, it could be like just like, where is it? And just breathe into it and stay with it. And it might grow more intense, it might grow less intense, but you just stay with the feeling until it dissipates. So it was taught to me, it's called the peace process by Christian Michelson. There's a lot of other versions because I study this a lot, but I just want to give props to him because it was the methodology that works best, that I relate to. And I use this with my clients all the time. And just staying with it and breathing with it and not running away from it. So giving yourself time, and you might need to do this more than once, or it can be done in a few minutes, or it might take a half hour. And just staying with how you feel in the physical. And then when you don't feel anything anymore, then the practice would be to what we call poke the bear, where think of that trigger, think of that fight or that angers you, and does the feeling come back up, or does it get more intense, or does it move somewhere else? That's another thing. Sometimes it goes to another part of the body, and noticing and staying with it. So that is the tool that's a bonus. So it can be really helpful, really, really helpful if you have a partner or a friend that is supporting you through this. You can ask them to sit with you and just breathing with you through this as you tell them where you're feeling it and what it's feeling like, and what you would even rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So just describing it and really being present with it until it no longer has a hold on you, until it's no longer controlling you. And then you can move forward with a lot more ease and a lot more space. Shake it out, dance it out, like let it go. Even like a little bouncing, jumping up and down can be really helpful to let the physical part of the energy be released. And then you can be fully present, connecting with your child, connecting heart to heart. And that's really what we're looking for, is setting that intention and being heart to heart, right? So that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the actual talk, the event, and I don't have any prize winners today. I didn't receive any assignments back. So what I'm hopeful for, like more than anything, is that you do the steps, and hopefully do it in a timely way, so you do get to resolve this conflict with your adult child as soon as possible. So you're starting a momentum towards harmony with them. All right. Thank you so much.